Algorithmia helps our customers move from machine learning development to deployment. One of the mechanisms in Algorithmia that's used for this purpose is model versioning. To demonstrate this functionality, let's assume that I work on the operations team and I manage the production environment for my company by working with data scientists who are always updating their models. Since we have strict compliance requirements in place, we have to be able to track what kinds of changes they're making in granular detail and be able to control what gets pushed into production. We also have to be able to roll back quickly if an error is found in the production environment. This is an existing model from the data science team that takes inputs for a particular customer and returns a credit risk score and whether or not the customer's credit card application would be approved. This particular model was built using Python and scikit-learn, but the data science team also uses R and Java for their models, which are all deployed to Algorithmia. We can pass inputs to the model for a customer who's a low credit risk, and it returns a low risk score and that their application is approved. Now I'll pass inputs for a customer who is a high credit risk, and it returns a high risk score and that their application is not approved. Behind the scenes, Algorithmia is handling the model serving, authentication, and scaling automatically. The data science team just pushed a new version of this model and let me know that they've completed their testing. Now I'm going to run some final checks before publishing a new version of this model to production. I can pass inputs here and verify that the model works as expected before I push the new version into production. Now I'm ready to publish a new version of this model. I'll add some release notes for what will become version 2 of this model, then verify the sample inputs here, set the new version number to 2, and publish the algorithm. I'll note that the version number is now 2, and let the application development team know to use the latest version that I just published. On the customer-facing side, the app development team manages a website that uses the PHP programming language on the backend. This website tells customers if their credit card application was approved or declined. On this particular staging site, the app developers can see some extra debugging information to verify which version of the model is actually being used, and it's currently using version 1. Let's take a look at how the app development team will implement version 2 of the credit card approval model on our website. I can take the PHP code snippet at the bottom of the algorithm landing page and send that over to the app development team. In the PHP application code, the development team can then make the necessary changes to our website so that it calls version 2 of the model in Algorithmia. One thing to know is that the older version of the model will always be around if they need to roll back, but it will only run and consume compute resources if that older version is specifically requested. Now, when I view the credit card application page, I can verify that version 2 of the model is being used. One other consideration is that in an actual production scenario, we would not fully commit to the new version of the model without a gradual rollout to the live production environment. We typically direct a fraction of the network traffic to the new model while keeping the old model running and receiving most of the traffic. You could do this in Algorithmia by using an orchestrator algorithm that routes network traffic to different versions of models, or you could use an external A/B testing environment or tool. In either case, Algorithmia handles the scaling operations depending on which versions of the models are actively being requested. Once we validated the new predictions against the reference version of the model, we'd be ready to direct all of the traffic to the new version 2 of the model that we published. In summary, Algorithmia helps teams work together and deploy new models into production by using versioning and promotion workflows. Algorithmia automatically handles the deployment, operation, and security of my models. This capability is important when you have strict compliance requirements in place. You need to be able to track what kinds of changes are being made, and you need to be able to control what gets pushed into production.